Most people spend more time scrolling for something to watch than actually watching anything. So today I've got 5 great movies that you can watch right now. Some of these are free, and some of these are on paid services that you already probably have. And make sure you stick around to the end because my top recommendation is one of the biggest movies on the list. Let's get into it.
Son, you're one of the most promising candidates we've ever seen.
Starting off at number 5 is War Machine, and this one is streaming on Netflix. The movie stars Alan Ritchson and mixes military action with science fiction. The story follows a combat engineer known as 81 during the final stage of Army Ranger training, when what should have been one last brutal mission suddenly turns into a fight for survival against a massive, otherworldly killing machine. What makes this one stand out is that it starts like a grounded military movie, then shifts into full-on sci-fi action. So if you like survival stories, squad-based action, and that kind of high-pressure, mission-gone-wrong setup, this has a pretty strong hook. It also gives Alan Ritchson the kind of role that really plays to his strengths: physical, intense, and built around grit and endurance. It's also been a big hit early for Netflix. The movie debuted at number 1 on Netflix's top 10 English film list across 93 countries, with 39.3 million views in its first week, which tells you a lot of people were curious about this one right away. One little known fact about War Machine: Alan Ritchson's character is only identified as 81 in the film, and Netflix's own behind-the-scenes coverage leans into the idea that his real name remains a mystery. And you can watch War Machine right now on Netflix.
When you're the best, you do things with style. J.J. McQuade is the best.
At number 4 is Lone Wolf McQuade, starring Chuck Norris. This is a classic 80s action movie where Norris plays a Texas Ranger who operates by his own rules, basically the definition of a one-man army. When a weapons dealer starts causing chaos, McQuade steps in and things escalate quickly. If you're a fan of old-school action movies, this is exactly what you'd expect. Tough hero, big showdowns, and that gritty 80s style that still holds up if you enjoy that era. And with the recent sad news about Chuck Norris's death, this one feels even more worth watching right now. It's a reminder of the kind of action movies that helped define his career. One little known fact about Lone Wolf McQuade: this is one of the few Chuck Norris movies where his character actually gets pushed to the brink and struggles, which made it stand out compared to many of his other roles where he's almost unstoppable. And you could watch Lone Wolf McQuade completely free on YouTube. Coming in at number 3 is Uncharted. This movie stars Tom Holland as Nathan Drake and is based on the popular PlayStation video game series. It follows Drake as he gets pulled into a globe-trotting treasure hunt filled with puzzles, action sequences, and double crosses. This is one of those movies that's just fun. It doesn't try to be overly serious. It's more about adventure, fast pacing, and big set pieces. If you like movies like Indiana Jones or National Treasure, this fits right into that lane. It also stars Mark Wahlberg in a supporting role, and the dynamic between the two adds a lot to the movie. It's not trying to reinvent anything, but it's an easy watch and perfect if you're just looking for something entertaining. One little known fact about Uncharted: Tom Holland actually performed many of his own stunts in the movie, including some of the big action sequences, which helped give the film a more grounded feel. And you can watch Uncharted right now for free on Tubi. At number 2 is one of my personal favorites, Bumblebee. This is part of the Transformers franchise, but it's very different from the earlier films. Instead of going bigger and louder, this one focuses more on character and story. The movie follows Bumblebee as he hides on Earth and forms a connection with a teenage girl played by Haley Steinfeld. It's more emotional and more grounded than most Transformers movies, and that's why a lot of fans consider it one of the best in the entire franchise. It still has action and visuals, but it also has heart, which makes it stand out. Even if you weren't a fan of the earlier Transformer films, this one is definitely worth giving a shot. One little known fact about Bumblebee: the design of the Transformer in the movie was intentionally made to look closer to the original 1980s versions, which is why longtime fans like myself responded so positively to it. And you can watch Bumblebee for free right now on Pluto TV.
This government just asked us to save the world. Anybody want to say no?
You think we'll get hazard pay out of this?
And my top recommendation on today's list is Armageddon. This is a massive blockbuster starring Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, and Liv Tyler. And it's all about a group of oil drillers sent into space to stop an asteroid from destroying the Earth. It's one of those movies that just does everything big. Big action, big emotions, big moments. And whether you've seen it before or not, it's incredibly rewatchable. What really makes Armageddon stand out is how it balances the spectacle with emotional storytelling. By the end of the movie, it actually hits harder than most people expect from a disaster film. And if you're looking for something that feels like a full movie experience, not just something to pass the time, this is easily the best pick on today's list. One little known fact about Armageddon: NASA reportedly shows parts of Armageddon during training and asks new recruits to identify what the movie gets wrong scientifically. And there are a lot of things to point out. And you can watch Armageddon for free right now over on Tubi. If you're tired of scrolling and trying to figure out what to watch, that's exactly what this channel is for. Make sure to subscribe to Screen Selections for more movie recommendations for things that you could watch right now. And let me know in the comments, which one of these are you watching first? See you guys on the next video.